All right, algebra, here we go. Short video for today. I'm going to try to keep it under 3 minutes or so. We're just going to do the three problems that I have in the fever form. So the first one, f of x equals 5x minus 6. So y equals 5x minus 6. We're not going to do that y thing anymore because that's stupid and lame. We're not doing it. So there's a couple things I want to ask you. Is it a function? This is clearly a function. It is a function. What's the domain? So if you were to graph that line, the domain is going to be from negative infinity to positive infinity. And then the range, which is also negative infinity to positive infinity. This is a linear function. It is a straight line. And it goes kind of like this, right? So it's going to go forever up, down, right, and left. So it's going to be all real numbers or negative infinity to positive infinity. But we have to represent that with function, the proper function notation. So on your form, there's two things. There's function notation. This is function notation, just this, f of x, and that's it. Interval notation is what we talked about today. So the notation, hey, no, come on in, no. We're just hanging out. No other teachers though? Bye. Okay. And yes, I'm going to put this on e-class. So, haha. Okay. All right. So, we need proper notation. So the domain, and I'm just going to use D with that. It's from negative infinity, and I'm going to use a parentheses because I can't actually attain infinity, to positive infinity, end parentheses. Done. For the range, it's the same thing, negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay? Now, a graph of this, very, very brief. Negative 6, up 5 over 1, up 5 over 1. Here we go. Arrows, that's a terrible line. I hope you can see it. You can. It's going to forever go left. It's also going to forever go to the right, which is denoted by negative infinity and positive infinity. Down, all the way down forever, all the way up forever, which is denoted by range of negative infinity to positive infinity. Good. Done. Next one. F of x equals x squared. For those of you who are forgetting, you're not going to forget after a couple more times of this. This is what the graph looks like. It is forever going up and left as it is going up and right. Domain. Well, first of all, it is a function. The domain of this function, negative infinity to positive infinity. That's terrible. Range, however, is going to change. It doesn't live on any y values below this axis. So it starts at 0. Because it actually touches 0, I'm going to use a bracket. Because 0 is an actual point that's on that graph. And it's going to go up forever, which means it's positive infinity. Parentheses. Done. Last one here. And for the last one, I want you to start using a website called Desmos.com. It's DESMOS.com. When you get there, you don't have to sign up, you don't have to sign in, you don't have to pay anything. Just go ahead and hit launch the calculator. It's a big green button. Plug this in. Right, f of x equals negative 5x squared. What you're going to get is something like this. The negative means it's going to flip, so it'd be a transformation. It'd be a reflection across the x-axis. This is what it kind of looks like. I'm going to ask the same three questions. Is it a function? What's the domain? What's the range? It is a function, clearly. It's just the opposite of what we did before. Now, what is the domain? Well, the domain is exactly what we did before. It's still negative infinity to positive infinity. The range is going to change a little bit, though. The lowest value, and don't forget, we're going low to high every single time. The lowest value this reaches is negative infinity. The highest value on the y-axis this touches is 0. And it actually does attain 0, so that's my range. Okay? So those are the answers to your questions. Send me a text on Remind 101 if you have any other issues. That's it. I'm out. Less than 4 minutes, right?